Hi guys, today I've been doing little odds and ends with existing projects. This plane here, which I did actually get flying last time we took it out. When I was flying it, I did manage to break it. It didn't show on the video because the camera wasn't switched on when I crashed it. But if I hold it carefully, you can just about see, well, the black duct tape is where I had to fix it in the field. Just taped it back together, but it actually cracked straight the way across there. So now I've Gorilla Glued it back together. That's why there's a bit of foam there and there. You can see it bulging out a bit there because Gorilla Glue expands as it cures. So hopefully that'll be as good as new, and we can give it another flight sometime. Weather's turned off a bit at the moment, so I don't know when it'll be. So that's that one. Just put that down. And the other project I was working on, you might remember this little boat. It's rather fun, it works well, it's got a homemade outboard motor on it, and there's two things I'm doing to that. First of all, it did suffer from a problem that if my grandson put it on full left or right, it actually managed to get it to turn so far round that it would slip round the back and it would jam. And it only had one lever on it, so I've modified it now, and we've got push me pull you effect now. So we've got two connecting arms, one to either side. So now it doesn't matter how far you turn it, it can't go all the way round and lock up because the other arm stops it. So that was one modification I've done. The other thing, you may notice the top half's missing at the moment. I've actually cut it off and then taken the foam out of it because I'd filled it with expanding foam. And now I've glued the foam back together because it does actually push right the way through the bottom of the boat, because the bottom is hollow. And when that's finished drying, I shall cut the top of that off to leave me room for the receiver and the ESC to be up inside the cabin, or whatever we want to call this bit. So it looks a bit neater, because when I've been using it, all I've done is duct taped the receiver right on top. And although that works, it does look a little bit odd. So we'll hide it away inside there. In fact, this is probably dried now. So there we go, that's the inside there. And I'll cut about half of it off so there's enough room to put the receiver in there. So the wires will be able to tuck up nicely inside. I think I'll probably still put the battery right at the front here, because it actually needs to be quite far forwards to get the balance right. So there'd be enough room for it to go in there, but it'd still be a bit tail heavy. So we'll keep the battery right outside at the front. So that's a progress check on the, I think I call it toy boat with outboard motor. I like to think of original names for these things.